All right. I mean, I guess let's just jump right into it then. The first thing I guess we'll go into is this $48,000 meme of the. Hold on. This $48,000 meme of the Star Citizen ship bundle. I think this started on r/Star Citizen, moved to r/gaming, and then IGN and other like Kotaku and everybody else picked it up. So this is the IGN page. Star Citizen introduces $48,000 ship bundle, but only for players who've already spent $10,000. First off, it's 1,000, so I think that's a typo, right? But regardless, $1,000 on a video game is ridiculous. I don't know if there's a dark mode, guys. Is there a dark mode? Sorry if there's not. I don't know what to do to make it a dark mode. Okay. So just deal with it a little bit. To be honest, this bundle should be memed. Bundle should be memed. I think that's what's happening, to be honest. I think most of this is the traditional gaming media doing their thing, trying to make Star Citizen look bad. They don't need to make Star Citizen look bad. Star Citizen does a good enough job on it. Looking bad themselves. There's a video at the top here. We'll take a peek at that in a second. But it's called the Legatus Pack. You have to be concierge to even see it. You have to be concierge to see any of the concierge packs. And their reasoning behind that was that nobody should be buying the game outright at the beginning for 48,000. It's just, if you want to go, they know people want to spend this kind of money on this game, and if they do, then they're going to offer it, because why wouldn't they? And I don't know. I guess that's okay. I think it's ridiculous. I think if you only see up to Praetorian at 2.5K. Interesting. All right. So instead of, I don't know this stuff. So apparently, if you spend 10,000, then there'll be a package that could equal 48,000. We were just talking like before checking out this article. I don't know what the value, like the true value of the package is. Now, unlike real life, like if you go to the grocery store, or if you go to, I don't know, I just had to buy some new appliances. If you go to like Home Depot or Lowe's and you decide to get a full kitchen set, usually you get that at a discount because you're buying like a bunch of things at once. It's my understanding that for some reason, the Star Citizen packages cost more than the value of the ships individually. I don't know if that's actually true. This is something I don't really care about. This is something I don't really pay attention to. If you are crazy enough to be buying these packages, good for you, right? So I don't know what the deal is there. I don't know what's involved in these packages. I can actually, if you want, I am at that funding level, so I could probably bring up the actual package here. Under the pledge store, right? Or it's probably under concierge, the account. Let's see. I'm assuming there's like a specific concierge page. So I'm Praetorian, whatever that means. And do they have the packages? I'm not sure. They have Chairman's Club paint packs. If I keep scrolling, does it get larger? I don't even know where the exclusive store is. Oh, here it is. So let's see what's in this package. You get the Javelin Pioneer 890 jump, all the Idrises. It's essentially one of everything, right? And it is one of everything except for certain things. 48K, and they can't give you the Saber Raven, right? Because they have some agreement with Intel on that one. Um, what I'm curious of if like the ultra rare ships are in here that are actually valued higher than their original pay price, like the Vandal Scythe, things like that. My other question to chat is, can you individually break these ships out and sell them to other players, things like that? Is this any sort of investment opportunity for people to invest? Like, what is I'm trying to figure out what the value of this thing is. You can only CCU from it. What would you CCU to if you have everything? And that's cross chassis upgrade for people who aren't aware, which is basically taking something small and low value or high and valuable and turning it into a more valuable ship. It's like, yep, yeah, there you go. So the Vandal Scythe is in here. This ship alone, when originally sold for about $300 or $400, so that would probably be its value as far as the ship goes in the game for the upgrades, is actually valued at between $3,000 and $5,000 just by itself. This one individual ship. This ship was only ever sold once for a very short time, is my understanding. One of, if not the most valuable ship in the game. So that makes that package interesting to me. Like, I think I get why somebody might buy it now. But outside of that, I'm not sure I'm seeing it. I mean, so far what I'm seeing is it literally has one of everything, including concept ships. Right? Galaxy is there. Zeus is there. This is 3 of them. This is all the ships that they just sold recently, all the way up to the Cutter Rambler. And there's the list. It has the F-7A Military Hornet upgrade, another extraordinarily rare thing that was only ever sold as a charity thing. And then it has a bunch of skins as well and other items. So it's not just the ships. It also has what appears to be every single subscriber item as well. I'm not saying any of this stuff is valuable, but like things like this could be, but only if the game ever, only if this game ever takes off, right? This stuff only matters and will only ever matter if the game takes off, because while this stuff is linked to your account, it all depends on how they deal with it in game, right? This thing looks to me, I have no idea what this is. So I imagine this thing is incredibly valuable if the game ever comes out, right? And now we're talking about real money trading once the game is out. So I have this thing, and I can sell this thing for, let's say, $1,000, right? Just this one little thing of all the things that are there to somebody in game, if that's how it works. But hard to say. Right. And then it literally has every paint and everything. It just comes down to what are the value of these in-game items in the real money trading market? Will somebody buy this as an investment for later? I think that, to be very clear, I think that this is insane, and you have to be a little crazy to want to do this, more than a little crazy. But I'm looking at it from, other MMOs that I've played in the past, and the early game items in those games could go for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in the real money trading market later. And having a package with every single ship, every single paint, every single everything is, there's something to be said about that in terms of what the value. I mean, like, guys, look at how I'm still scrolling, and this is just paints and armors. It's literally everything that they've ever sold ever in one package. That probably does value well above 48,000 in a real money trading market situation if that's what you decided to do. If you somehow were able to break all this stuff out individually once the game comes out and be like, hey, meet me here, I'll give you this, and then it's just gone, which, as far as we're aware, that's not how it currently works. If this stuff is in your hangar, you never lose it, kind of stuff. So we don't really know what's going to happen. But that's where we're at right now. And yeah, that's interesting. So that's basically it. It's nothing too crazy. I don't even know if I really care to watch the video on it, but I think it's probably more interesting to see what Reddit thinks. And this is r/gaming, so they typically go pretty hard on Star Citizen. And this person says, to be fair, if you're willing to spend $48,000 a game, you've already paid far more, and it's actually 10,000, and that's true, but I'm not really sure why any of that matters. You get a lot of people defending I bought on sale for $35. You don't need this stuff. Rudimentary as fuck gameplay loops, obviously put in to test systems, but apparently fun enough to keep people from coming back between patch wipes. That is the description of Star Citizen. This is Star Citizen right now. Rudimentary as fuck gameplay loops, but apparently fun enough to have people keep coming back to check out the new things. Yep. Now they're talking about wipes. Honestly, it's pretty fun. You can do crazy shit like pursuing a pirate and bounty hunter player. Is that really crazy? Okay. It's just like they put a marker on a player and you usually don't pursue them. They're usually just standing there and then you kill them. Oh, look at this guy. I wonder if anybody asked what he had to say. Spent about $70 on the game for a slightly better starter ship, basically a $45 one about 3 years ago. And I've put around 200 hours in, and the whole feel like I got my money's, and on the whole, I feel like I got my money's worth. Okay. Great. Happy for you. The game's marketing, and they crossed out game, preys on the mentally deficient and socially inept. Okay. I think more... coming from a gambling background in terms of I was a poker dealer, some of the smartest, most incredibly mentally efficient people and socially adept people that I've ever come across fall into the trap as well. Okay? So, malicious marketing is not only for the weak-minded, right? A lot of people fall into that. And then this person corrects that it's 10K, not 1K. And yeah, I honestly don't see anything too crazy. Angel investing without any return. What a fancy description for a scam. That one's a pretty funny clip. Funny thing to say. Pyramid scheme of clout and hype that only makes sense from the inside, like Scientology. See also NFTs. Yes. Going back to like the Asman comment of the Star Citizen community does seem like crypto bros. Money laundering. I'm not really sure how they're laundering money when they're definitely trying to make a game. And now this person is comparing Star Citizen to Clash of Clans. So we're doing really, really well here, guys. Clash of Clans has some insane whales. Wow. Star Citizen's in great company. Something that was supposed to be like an MMO and an actual fucking video game is now in the company with Clash of Clans. Really excited for this. So that's where we are. I guess I'll take a peek at the at the video, maybe?
What's up, everyone? Happy first Friday of the year. I'm Stella Chung, and in today's fix, Star Citizen released yet another outrageous bundle. Portal 2 has a new free mod that gives you 8 more hours of gameplay, and certain simulator developers face layoffs. There's a lot to cover, so let's get to it. You all know that one space simulator that's never actually releasing and is constantly stuck.
They no longer call it a space sim. They call it either a universe sim or what do they call it now? An MMO? They've switched. It used to be the best damn space sim ever, the best damn space sim game ever, the best damn universe sim ever. What are we at now? I think they've moved on and they started calling it an MMO now. 100 players in a server, by the way.
An alpha that everyone loves to talk about? Yeah, I'm talking about Star Citizen. Well, the developer Cloud Imperium Games just announced another highly overpriced ship bundle for $48,000 that you can only buy if you've already spent a certain amount of money in the game. The bundle is called the Legatus 2953, I don't know if I'm saying that right, pack, and the item page reads, ahead of all others, this definitive armada is an equal match to the noble title of Legatus Navium. Comprised of over 175 vessels from every manufacturer of note, this perfect collection, including all ships released and concepted through 2953, empowers every fleet commander to forge a lasting legacy leading humanity towards a brighter future.
I'm sorry, like their marketing, like their in-lore marketing shit is so ridiculous sometimes.
So, in order to purchase this extremely overpriced bundle, you have to be a part of the Star Citizen's Chairman's Club, which you can only become a part of after spending money on other items in the game. Players are currently reporting being able to see and purchase the new Legatus bundle if they're already in the tier achieved by spending $10,000. So it's only an exclusive club if you're not willing to shell out money for a game still in alpha after 12 years. Yeah, you heard me right, 12 years. Just in case you're not familiar with Star Citizen's background, the game was announced at GDC October 2012. Star Citizen was always a crowdfunded project, and it started with a Kickstarter campaign at their announcement. Star Citizen was supposed to have a single-player campaign mode called Squadron 42 that was set to release around November 2014 and included the promise of VR.
Answer the Call, then it was Answer the Call 2016, and now it's feature complete.
And flight stick support. Well, Squadron 42 was delayed multiple times, and in December 2020, it was announced that no official release date or gameplay footage would be shown until they're closer to home stretch. 11 years later, Cloud Imperium Games announced last year in October that Squadron 42 is feature complete and released a new trailer, but there's still no release window or even a release date. That's just the single player mode. The mode Arena Commander.
I still think we get at least a release window very soon. He made it seem like he really wanted to say it, and they won't let him.
Flight combat sim where players can test ship combat and racing had opened for full access to all players in August 2014. Then Star Marine, the FPS mode, was announced at PAX Australia in 2014, and
this was one of the worst times in Star Citizen's history. This was one of the worst moments in Star Citizen history. This was the beginning of a lot of the problems. This isn't the current Star Marine. This was the Star Marine before the one that they completely did. They've made Star Marine twice. And the first one was horrible.
Was being contracted out for development by a third-party studio, IllFonic. There were some issues with the assets that Cloud Imperium Games saw, and that contract with IllFonic was cancelled, and this led to a delay with Star Marine since development came back in-house. The original
it was really bad.
Release date for Star Marine was sometime.
But I don't know if the entire blame would be held on IllFonic, knowing the history of Star Citizen, right? And knowing IllFonic's history since then, I think that they released like some decent games or something like that, right?
In 2015, but it finally launched in patch 2.6 in December 2016, a year later. The actual space combat and trading persistent universe mode, probably the most main mode for Star Citizen, released in December 2015. The next big step for Universe was Alpha 3.0 that had a lot of problems during its gradual rollout in 2017. Of course, after this update, there's still no word on when Star Citizen will actually release, since through those 12 years, the game is still in alpha. If you go to the Star Citizen
You're going to be making that comment for quite a few more years, I think.
website, you can see how much money they've made through crowdfunding, and currently, at the time of this recording, they've raised $658,216,322. I totally understand the crowdfunding aspect of independent games, but this one has gone on for way
We have the same mic.
too long. Star Citizen does make a lot of money, and people do buy these outrageously priced bundles. So when
But they're not just buying it, like they're actually playing this game and enjoying it. Sometimes I don't understand or know how they're doing it or why they're doing it. I can't play as often as some people do and enjoy the game, but
are we going to see it actually release? Personally, I don't think we'll see it in my lifetime. Speaking of games releasing
okay, she doesn't think we'll see it in her lifetime. I don't know. I think we see. I think everyone creates what in their head of what a release Star Citizen is, and it's outrageous. And yeah, she doesn't look like 75 or 80 years old to me. So yeah, we'll see. They're going to. There's no doubt in my mind that they will release Star Citizen. How finished, how polished, how good will it be is a whole nother thing. Right? So we'll see. Yeah, AI can finish. Okay, we found the NFT crypto bro in chat, I guess. But yeah, the $48,000 package is stirring things up when there's nothing to talk about Star Citizen related, as it always does. This is a yearly thing with the gaming media and with Reddit. Is either they hit another $100 million goal. So next year, the 700 million is going to be the same thing. And they add a new package and make it more expensive. And this is all anybody ever talks about. So there it is. That package looks really interesting from a real money trading standpoint, but I don't think you can break it down and real money trade it now. I think it would be a post-release thing. So it would be an absolute insane investment to make. Like absolutely insane investment to make, but it's possible that somebody could buy that package with that in mind. I just don't think you should do that. That would be, it's a massive gamble. But it's a gamble that some people might be willing to take just because some of those things are super valuable. The reason I said people would invest in that is if you've ever played MMOs in the past, and I'll just say it one more time real quick. Original items from game launches or really old items in MMOs can sometimes go for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in real money trading years along the line of those MMOs. There's collectors in those games, and people are willing to shell out pretty good money for that. And one thing in particular, yeah, that's exactly. It's not a guarantee. Yeah, think RuneScape party hats. Think there was like a number of Ultima Online items that I remember going for the $500, $1,000, like even individual unique the day it dropped one of one unique items going for hundreds of dollars in a dead game like Ultima Online. So these things do tend to be very popular, and I immediately look at one ship in particular, which is the Vandal Scythe, which has only ever been sold once, and the value of it on I think eBay is incredibly high. So, or like these other trading sites or whatever. So, yeah, I think if anybody's buying that package, that's probably what they have in mind. I just don't know why.